Indian peafowl. All pheasants of the world originated from the Himalaya and radiated into Tibet, China, Burma, Thailand, Vietnam, Indonesia, and the Caucasus Mountains. The August pheasant, the great peacock pheasant, the Malayan peacock pheasant, Hobson's ear pheasant, the monal, the crestless monal, the cheer, the white-crested khalij, Crawford's silver pheasant. Within India, only the jungle fowl and peafowl expanded their range to South India and Sri Lanka long before man colonized the Indo-Gangetic plains. However, it is in its native home that this large family of beautiful birds has suffered the worst. Pressures from habitat destruction and deforestation in the Himalaya, combined with relentless hunting for meat and feathers, have put many species, including these monals, on the endangered list.
Sarang, the peacock, may not become extinct yet, thanks to the villagers of India who share the sarang's habitat lovingly. The bird was declared India's national bird in 1963, putting an end to game hunting. Villages, where time has stood still, offer the green flora along with broken and jungly ground, so loved by the peafowls. However, they are equally at home in large man-made parks. A.O. Hume, father of the Indian National Congress, was also a keen ornithologist. In his book, The Game Birds of India, he says, "The common peafowl likes water and cultivation, and in no way shuns the abodes of men." Peafowls move about in groups, which consist of 1 or 2 males, with their harem and grown-up chicks. The cry of the peacock resounding in the dark cloudy sky is soon answered from other parts of the forest. To call back his family to the treetop for an evening's rest, the cock stands on a mound and sends forth. The pairing season is the early part of the hot weather. The peacock has then assumed his full train, which he displays strutting about before his wives. The cocks are in full plumage from June to December, and then cast their trains, as well as retices and wing feathers during the molting season. As the monsoon approaches, the peacock commences elaborate courtship rituals. The strains of Megh Rag gives way to the more romantic Vrindavani Sarang. The male bird keeps step, displaying laterally the otherwise hidden parts of his body, particularly the back and the rump. males also express their feelings in a drumming of the wings, which are word. Occasionally, this body language is accompanied by love calls. The peahens inspect the display from all angles. But it is not at all rare to find peacocks dancing away for long without any female in sight. Intruders like this dog make him fold up. Peacocks are polygamous. The peahen also selects her mate for the season based on the display which appeals to her. This necking couple finds the fallen tree trunk ideal for romancing. The peahen lays her eggs during July and August. The nest is made amongst thick grass or in dense bushes and is a broad depression lined with a few leaves, twigs, or a little grass. The color of the eggs is dingy buff white, as contrasted with the spotted eggs of a dove. The eggs are bigger in size compared to domestic hen's eggs. Usually, the peahen incubates for a period ranging from 21 to 29 days. The hen starts incubating when a full clutch of eggs is laid and turns the eggs over every day. In the instance we recorded, the hen was seen incubating for 29 days through rain and shine. The eggs hatched on the 29th day. 4 eggs hatched within minutes of each other. But the 5th one hatched after a gap of 2.5 hours. The encouraging clucks of mother hen tell the chicks to be up and moving as soon as they leave the eggs. They are precocious little birds who leave the nest soon after hatching. Most bird chicks, like these Indian robin chicks, are completely helpless in the first few weeks and depend on parents for feed. By the time the 5th egg hatched, the peahen had left the site with her brood of 3. The 4th one, we called her Chidi, fell in a ditch and could not follow the mother. We placed Chidi next to Chidu, who was struggling to come out of the egg. Chidu soon looked up to her and felt secure. Imprinted by Chidi, his first nurturing contact after birth, Chidu and Chidi learned to fend for themselves, and we could observe them without the chicks being inhibited by human presence. After hatching, both sexes are similar in appearance, but within days, Chidu the male is a clear light brown, while Chidi is a dull brown. The natural instincts of the chicks enable them to feed, to call to each other, and also warn the other of danger. Chidu has heard and seen a crow sitting above and tries to warn his sister, who is busy pecking at bajra shoots. The chicks like to preen themselves in the sun. Their wing feathers have brown, chocolate and black colors, with a broken pattern which affords camouflage. Chidi and Chidu feed on plant shoots, insects, ticks, worms, etc. Within a few days, the chicks are able to fly short distances. And they disappear. The chicks have grown to typical peafowl shapes, complete with headgear, but still graze with their mother. The presence of danger is sounded off with a shrill siren-like sound from mother hen, and chicks scamper to the safety of her wings. This young peacock could be over a year old and is learning the dance steps from his elder. He is soon confident enough to show off to a surprise female. It is only in the third year that the brilliant plumage of the male bird is fully developed. The train of peacocks grow to much larger than a man's extended arms. The train in full breeding can be anywhere between 40 inches to 54 inches. It has a small brick red tail under its flowered feathers, like the tail of other birds. The wings are only 18 to 19 inches. The average weight of a peacock is 9 to 10 pounds, and that of a hen 6 to 8.5 pounds. This makes them very poor flyers, covering short distances only. The majestic carriage of the peacock makes us overlook his ordinary but sturdy legs. While sensing danger, they run rather than fly. Peafowls are dependent mainly on plants for food. Shoots, leaves, berries, grasses and seed, including grain. Although the adult birds can maintain themselves on a vegetarian diet, they need animal protein to come into breeding condition. Flying ants appearing at the onset of monsoon provide a good source of protein for this peacock. Ants gathering to eat rice flour offered by a man end up being a meal for peahens. Feeding peafowls is a routine for many morning walkers in Delhi's large parks.
ऐसा है कि ना तो ये पानी मांगते मेरे से, ना कहते नमक ज़्यादा है रोटी में, ये आराम से खा के खुशी होके चले जाते हैं। मेरा मन पीस ऑफ माइंड हो जाता है।
Peafowls belong to the subfamily of pheasants called Phasianae, in which the male is large and possesses a highly specialized ornamental plumage. The head of a cock has an iridescent color, and its neck is of a beautiful blue. Below the neck, its back is painted in yellow, parrot green, blue and violet colors. The crest feathers end in spatulate and half-moon-shaped drops. During pairing season, males raise their impressive train, thereby forming a fan and revealing some 150 striking colored eyes or ocelli. The adult male fights for territory, but these fights are never an ugly or gory sight like a cockfight. These are more like a regal sword fight, fought to safeguard honor. Albino peacocks or white peacocks are occasionally seen in the wild. It is believed that the white peacock is a variety that has arisen in captivity in Europe. The relationship of the peacock with other inhabitants of the park, including the snake, is worth a look too. Miners, doves and babblers seem comfortable sharing the eating table, but the billy crow kept away and waited his chance. Squirrels seem to share a close relationship with the peacocks. So does the partridge or teether. The teether always appeared as a faithful ally testing the ground before the peafowls appeared and tagging along for crumbs. Quail and babblers kept the music going while Peacock danced. Appearance of a cobra in the park is a rare event, and birds chirp loudly to warn others. The mongoose is alerted. The peahens see the cobra, but would not let go of the crumbs because of his presence. Both the hen and the cobra seem to be cautious of each other. The peacock prefers to keep a safe distance. Legend has it that the peahen loves to eat snakes, but we could not observe anything like that. Mongoose decided to approach the cobra, but is soon distracted by its mate's call. When love beckons, the cobra is forgotten. Over the centuries, the peafowl has held a prominent place in the art, religion, and general culture of many civilizations. Peacocks were imported by the pharaohs of Egypt. Bible reports that the Phoenicians brought, among other things, peacocks as gifts to King Solomon. Peafowls were brought to Europe by Alexander the Great. Sarang, the peacock, features as a symbol for the absent lover in the Ragamala paintings of India. These paintings visualize the mood and sentiment behind the traditional forms of Indian music. Depiction of raagas of the Malhar group invariably show the heroine in the company of peacocks. This painting represents the loneliness of the lover. The peacock is united with his mate. The tree is entwined by its creeper, but the lady stands alone in the landscape. The lady turns her head to the left towards a peahen which sits on the branches of a tree below a peacock. 5 more peacocks and a snake accompany her near the bank of a river. In this, lovers are shown seated in the balcony of a house in a garden. A lonely lady is watching a peacock. Separation pains like poison. As the peacock dances to the tones of Vrindavani Sarang, it signals the perpetuation of a world of beauty, regality, and peaceful coexistence.